Life is shaped not only by what we do, but by how big we dare to think. In The Magic of Thinking Big, David J. Schwartz argues that success does not belong to the most intelligent or the most talented, but to those who cultivate belief in bigger possibilities. Our results are limited or expanded by the size of our thinking. When we think small, we shrink opportunities. But when we think big, doors open to a life of extraordinary achievement. Schwartz begins by emphasizing that belief is the starting point of greatness. People who succeed do so because they believe they can. The brain is like a powerful computer that follows instructions. If we tell it we are capable, it finds ways to win, but if we program doubt, it finds reasons to fail. Belief enlarges vision, builds confidence, and attracts others who share the same faith in possibility. Like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, and share to inspire more people. The author teaches that excuses are the biggest enemies of success. People often protect mediocrity by blaming age, intelligence, luck, or circumstances. But every excuse is just a mental crutch that keeps us stuck. Schwartz reminds us that the truly successful face the same limitations, but choose not to bow to them. Eliminating excuses liberates energy to act, to push, and to grow beyond imagined boundaries. He points out that action defeats fear. Fear paralyzes when we wait, analyze endlessly, or imagine the worst. But the moment we take even a small step, fear dissolves into courage. Schwartz calls this the cure-all for worry. Act, and confidence will follow. The habit of action separates dreamers from achievers, for ideas without execution are like seeds left to rot in the soil. The book highlights the power of positive attitudes. People are naturally drawn to optimism and repelled by negativity. Schwartz insists that cultivating enthusiasm, even in ordinary tasks, transforms perception and opportunities. A positive attitude is not naive. It is strategic because it energizes teams, builds trust, and creates momentum. Successful people choose positivity not because circumstances are easy, but because positivity fuels success. Another principle is the importance of confidence. Schwartz encouraged readers to walk, talk, and act as if success is already theirs. This confidence posture changes how the world responds. We respect those who believe in themselves, and the environment reflects back what we project. By acting confidently, even before we feel it, we strengthen belief until it becomes reality. Confidence is both cause and effect of success. Schwartz stresses the need to think about solutions rather than problems. Problem-centered thinking magnifies difficulties and drains energy, while solution-centered thinking sparks creativity and progress. Instead of asking, "Why won't this work?" the achiever asks, "How can this work?" This simple shift directs the mind toward opportunities instead of obstacles. Our focus determines whether we remain stuck or move forward. The author also speaks about the importance of goals. Without goals, energy scatters and life drifts aimlessly. Goals act like magnets, pulling us forward and shaping decisions. Schwartz emphasizes that goals must be big enough to inspire, yet specific enough to guide action. Small goals bore the mind, but big goals ignite it. When we pursue large visions, we engage talents we didn't know we had. He highlights that respect is earned by how we treat others. Thinking big means treating people with importance, because every person is a valuable ally in the journey. Schwartz advises us to make others feel important sincerely, not manipulatively. By giving recognition, listening deeply, and showing appreciation, we create loyalty and goodwill. Success is never built alone. It grows through meaningful relationships. Another key lesson is that the environment shapes thinking. Surrounding ourselves with small minds shrinks our vision, while surrounding ourselves with ambitious, positive people expands it. Schwartz urges us to choose associations carefully because attitudes are contagious. If we want to think big, we must walk with those who already do. Environment is the soil in which belief either withers or flourishes. Schwartz also emphasizes the importance of action planning. Big dreams without clear steps remain fantasies. He suggests breaking down large objectives into smaller actions that can be pursued daily. Progress, even if incremental, builds momentum. The magic is not only in thinking big, but in backing that vision with consistent, purposeful steps. Execution transforms imagination into results. The author calls us to practice leadership in everyday life. Leadership is not reserved for executives or politicians. It is about influencing others toward positive outcomes. He insists that thinking big means accepting responsibility, guiding others with vision, and being the one who brings solutions. Leadership begins with self-leadership, choosing discipline, responsibility, and courage before asking it of others. Finally, Schwartz insists that size of thinking determines size of results. If we expect little, we achieve little. If we expect much, we achieve much. The universe seems to reward boldness and punish hesitation. Big thinkers attract opportunities, resources, and allies because their vision inspires action. The magic of thinking big is not mystical. It is psychological, practical, and available to anyone who dares to use it. Schwartz highlights that our appearance and actions send powerful signals about how we see ourselves. Dressing neatly, standing tall, and speaking with clarity communicate self-respect. Others respond accordingly, granting opportunities to those who project seriousness and readiness. Thinking big requires us to carry ourselves as people of importance, not out of arrogance, but out of respect for our potential and our mission. He also shows how enthusiasm is a multiplier of effort. Tasks done with energy inspire others and create momentum. Enthusiasm is contagious. It lights up teams, motivates clients, and wins allies. Schwartz urges us to inject enthusiasm into every area of life, even small chores, because the energy we bring often determines the results we get. Success requires fuel, and enthusiasm is that fuel. The author explains that thinking big also means expanding imagination. Creative solutions often arise not from rigid logic, but from daring to ask, what if? Schwartz teaches that imagination is a muscle that grows with use. By practicing brainstorming and embracing possibilities, we escape the trap of limited options. Imagination turns obstacles into opportunities and dreams into concrete plans. Schwartz insists that criticism must be handled with wisdom. Small thinkers are easily crushed by negative comments, but big thinkers use criticism as feedback for growth. He recommends listening calmly, extracting useful lessons, and discarding malice. By refusing to take criticism personally, we remain focused on progress. Thinking big requires resilience to stand firm in vision despite inevitable opposition. The book also emphasizes generosity. Big thinkers give more time, energy, recognition, and support because they know abundance multiplies. Small minds hoard, fearing loss, but big minds share, creating networks of trust and reciprocity. Schwartz reminds us that generosity builds influence and goodwill that later return multiplied. To think big is to believe that giving enriches, not depletes, our journey. Another key insight is that persistence is the bridge between vision and reality. Many begin with enthusiasm, but stop when difficulties arise. Schwartz argues that persistence distinguishes winners from quitters. The habit of continuing, even when tired or discouraged, compounds over time. Persistence communicates faith in the vision and forces circumstances to yield. Success rarely comes quickly. It comes to those who refuse to stop. He highlights the importance of listening. Big thinkers do not dominate conversations with ego. They expand knowledge by paying attention. By listening more than speaking, we uncover insights, understand people's needs, and find opportunities hidden in their words. Listening is an act of respect that multiplies influence. To think big is to learn constantly, and listening is the gateway. The author also stresses that success is created by preparation. Hoping for luck is small thinking, but preparing diligently is big thinking. Schwartz reminds us that opportunities favor the ready. Preparation reduces fear, boosts confidence, and makes performance smoother. Every hour spent preparing increases the chances of success. Thinking big means preparing not only for today, but for the future we want. He discusses the importance of forgiveness and moving on. Carrying grudges wastes energy that could be invested in progress. Big thinkers release resentment because they value peace of mind over petty conflicts. By letting go, we free ourselves to focus on building, not on reliving pain. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strategy, because it clears the mind for higher pursuits. Schwartz urges readers to think in terms of service. Success flows to those who add value consistently. He teaches that careers, businesses, and relationships grow when we ask, "How can I help?" rather than, "What's in it for me?" Service builds reputation and trust, attracting endless opportunities. Thinking big is not selfish. It is outward-looking, aligning personal gain with contribution. He also emphasizes vision in leadership. Leaders must paint pictures of a better future that inspire others to act. Thinking big equips us to see beyond problems and into possibilities. By communicating vision clearly, leaders create alignment and purpose. Schwartz reminds us that vision without communication is wasted. People follow leaders who can describe the dream vividly. The book closes with a call to live deliberately. Drifting is the enemy of thinking big. Schwartz insists we must take control, set ambitious goals, and commit daily to progress. Life is too short to think small, too precious to waste in mediocrity. The magic of thinking big lies in daring to enlarge every aspect of life work, relationships, finances, and contribution. As we conclude this summary, remember that greatness does not belong to the chosen few, but to those who think, believe, and act bigger. Small thoughts create small lives, while big thoughts create extraordinary ones. Choose to expand, to believe, to persist, and to serve. If this inspired you, like the video, subscribe, activate the bell, and share it with others. The magic of thinking big awaits those who dare to use it.